Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about powers and exponents. If you want to refer to the notes that we go over in this video, you can look at page 12 and page 13 of your textbook if you need some more examples or some extra help. So we're going to start off with three vocabulary terms. And they're right up here. So we have exponent, base, and power. So we're going to start talking about the base. The base right here in blue in this example is 3. And the base is the number that we're multiplying by itself. So in this case, we're going to multiply 3 by itself. Now, the exponent tells us how many times we're multiplying that number by itself. So in this case, we have 3, and the exponent's 4. That tells us that we're going to multiply 3 by itself 4 times. And it may look like this: 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, okay? Now, when we put that base and the exponent together, they're going to make a power. So in this case, 3 to the 4th is 3 to the 4th power, all right? So you need those two together to make a power. Now, some common terminology you'll hear when working with exponents are squared. So in this case, 3 squared is just 3 to the 2nd power. And you can see the example here. We have our base of 3 to the 2nd power, or you can say 3 squared. They're synonymous. Next, we have 3 cubed. All right. So 3 to the 3rd power is the same as 3 cubed. Anything after squared and cubed, for the most part, you just say 3 to the 4th power, or 3 to the 5th power, 3 to the 6th power. They don't necessarily have a specific synonym like squared and cubed do, for the most part. Now, let's take a look at some specific examples. So we want to write each product as a power. So we have 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. To write that as a power, we want a base and we want an exponent. So the base is the number that we're multiplying by itself. And in this case, 4 is the number that we're continually multiplying. And then we say, okay, how many times are we multiplying 4 by itself? And in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that would be our exponent. So this example is 4 to the 5th power, okay? Now, you try one on your own. We've got 12 times 12 times 12. Take a couple seconds and think about how you would write that as a power. Now, if your answer looks something like this, nice job. 12 to the 3rd power, we could also say this 12 cubed, right? Going back to earlier in the video, if you see 12 to the 3rd power, that would be 12 cubed. All right, one more section we're going to talk about. And that is if we need to find the value of each power. So we've got our base, which is 7. And we're going to do 7 times 7. 7 is our base. That's what we're multiplying by itself. How many times are we multiplying by itself? 2 times. 7 times 7. We know, of course, 7 times 7 is going to be 49. All right? Now, let's talk about a common mistake we see in exponents. All the time in exponents, students do 7 times 2, and they get 14. No, don't do that. That's bad, right? We're not multiplying 7 times 2. Remember, we're multiplying the base, which is 7, times 7. This tells me how many times I'm going to multiply it by itself. Let's look at one more example here. We have 8 to the 2nd power. We can also say 8 squared. What does that mean? That means 8 times 8. All right? Now, once we multiply the 2, 8 times 8, we know that equals 64. So 8 squared, or 8 to the 2nd power, equals 64. All right? I hope this helps. In the discussion board, pose a question that you may have about exponents. Have a great night.